Right guys, how are we, and welcome back to the channel. It's Andy here from Peninsula Painting Projects. What I want to do today is I want to do a little painting tutorial. Yes, another one. So this is going to be another quick painting tutorial for the Primaris Space Marines, but I'm going to paint them in the Space Wolves chapter colours. So but the thing with Space Wolves is I've been collecting them now for the past 17 odd years. It's one of my first armies, it's my primary army. This is the army that I've spent the most amount of money on. The reason why I like these is because, let's face it, the Space Vikings, their sole purpose is to go out and destroy in the name of Lehman Russ and in the name of the Emperor, and I just love that. It's great. My colour scheme is a little bit different from the one that Games Workshop likes to promote. I'm not a fan of that baby blue colour. That baby blue colour reminds me of the sky. When I was younger, we used to play in Games Workshop in Liverpool, and there used to be this guy who loved Space Wolves. He was a Space Wolf fanatic. That was his only army that he collected. And he gained the nickname of Space Pups, Space Pup. And he used to say to him, "How's your Space Pup army going?" And he just take the mick out of him all day. But the funny thing is, though, he never won. He went against me, he went against my mate Danny, who also collects Space Wolves, and we used to bat him everywhere. Bearing in mind, we were probably about 12, 13, and he's probably in his 40s or 30s, and he used to get battered, and this was his main army. So that's probably another reason why I don't like that baby blue colour, because it reminds me of him, and it reminds me of, you know, how much his army used to get battered. So I'm going to show you my painting scheme, which I love it. It's like a dark bluey grey. It's based upon the Fang, which I think is an amazing colour. And I use a lot of washes, you know, my favourite, the washes, Liquid Talent. So let's get this painting on its way. See you in a minute. Cheers guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. See you later. Right guys, so here's our model that we're going to paint today. It's the Primaris Space Marines. I thought I'd paint this because it's a nice big model, you know, the details right there in your face, and it's easier to highlight and stuff. So I've assembled it in a sub-assembly, and what I'm going to do is I've not attached the arms because I want to be able to get into the Aquila and the skull, and I've not attached the head either because I think in the next 12 months they're going to release a Primaris Space Wolves upgrade sprue. So when that does, I can stick a head on there, or I could even stick you know, one of the old normal Space Wolves heads on there. So let's get this painting on the way. So we're going to use the Fang first. There we are. Give it a good shake. I'm going to use this size 9 brush. It is a big brush, but basically it's going to cover the area at a better rate, isn't it? Quicker. Got a larger surface area as well. So I'm just watering this this paint down, thin it down a bit, and then we're going to do possibly 2 thin coats, we'll see. So we're going to do this. Now you can probably see that it is a little bit streaky, so I probably will have to do 2 thin coats, but I'll see once it's dried, because I had at least 2 washes over this, which does cover the actual streaking on it. And don't forget, when you're painting these models, there's going to be a few areas that you miss. See here along the edge, but we're not really too concerned about that, because basically when I put the black wash over it, it's going to go into those recessed areas anyway, you know, to cause that realistic 3D effect. So by not going in there, it's not really a major issue. So on this coat, you don't really need to be that neat. You know, you don't have to have that much control. Obviously, you don't want to cover up all the the detailed areas. You don't want to gunk it up with paint and that, but it's not the end of the world if you don't hit every spot. So that's how it's looking at the moment. Oh, there we are. So guys, I've just done another quick coat on it. So I have done 2 thin coats in this. It's what's always advised. I've also done the arms as well. Slotted the head in. So next we're going to use Citadel's Nolen oil. Previously I've said to you that this is the liquid talent. This basically shades in all the recesses, which then gives it a more of a realistic effect. Running a bit low on this, so I'm gonna have to take a little trip down to Games Workshop. I think similar, you just run it along all of the model. Now some people like to place washes and inks, however you want to identify them. They like to place them on the palettes and stuff. I don't really like doing that because I just think it's a waste. But what I do is I just make sure that I don't put too much on the miniature, because if you have a little look now, say if I've got too much on and I go like that, can you see that there? It's just looks awful. You just have to spread it around, get it all in the detail. So this is what the model's looking like at the moment. While we're waiting for the Nolen oil to dry, we're going to use Retributor armour on the wings, the eagle thing, the little skull. Then we're going to use gunmetal for the bolt gun, and maybe parts in the backpack. I'm going to use the Retributor armour first. I've never used this paint before, I don't even know really what to expect. So I'm going to have to do it facing me, guys, because I don't want to smudge this, I don't want to ruin it. Now this looks like a really nice gold, it's really shiny, it goes on quite well as well. Like some of the metallic paints within any hobby range can be quite rubbish. It would also help if this brush wasn't a bit old and battered, but hey, that's life, and we can always go back and touch it up. So that's that part done. It's a nice vibrant gold, isn't it? I'll be using these on my Stormcast Eternals when I start collecting them, which I'm a bit stupid doing so because obviously I've got too many armies as it is. Yeah, next I'm going to do this little part here. Can you see that, guys? I don't know why it's not focusing today. I'm going to do the scoop. It's quite easy really, you know, this part's a little bit of common sense, it's not hard. You just need to make sure you don't go over that black again. But these new models are bloody fantastic, beautifully detailed. There we go. So I'm going to use the Army Painter small dry brush and Citadel's Rust Grey layer paint, but I'm going to use this as a dry brush instead. As usual, shake it up. And then we literally want to get so the brush is dry, and then we just put a bit on the end, tissue. Want to work it into all the bristles, get all that paint in all the bristles, and then you can go over your thumb. If nothing comes off, you're fine. So you go over it nice and gentle. Now this technique is slow and steady. You don't need to go fast. You want to catch all the detail. Like so, and it might look like you're not really doing much, but in person you can see the difference. So that's where we're up to, and I'm pretty sure you can tell on there that has been dry brushed. So that's that stage done. I'll dry brush the arms holding the gun, and then that's that part done. Next guys, we're going to use this Andrew Dust to paint the parchments, which is just on your shoulder pad there. Put a little bit too much on the paintbrush. Just go over that like that. Really simple. That's that part done. We're going to Gene Stealer Purple. Normally these little parts here, the little stamp thing, I normally do them in red. Because these are Primaris and they're a higher grade, I'm going to use a different colour. There we go. I'm going to continue this by using the Citadel shade, Wycliffe Flesh shade. I'm going to put this on all the gold that we did earlier, so as you can see on this chest plate and this gun, and that way we're not too far from being able to stick the arms on then. So give the shade a good shake, put some on your paintbrush and literally place it on there. You see that there? Can you see it? That's the one. And also, to save time, I'm going to throw it on there as well. So we're going to highlight the gold. So we're going to dry brush the gold right now. It's going to give a highlighted lighting effect using the Armor Painter Shining Silver. What we've done is, you put a little bit on the brush. I'm going to take it all off now. And then we're going to lightly dry brush up like that, just lightly. Catching all the raised areas. Use this. I'm going to use this now to bring out the blue in the armour. Just like last time, I'm just going to put it all over the armour. We need to try and stop it from going on that gold. As you can see guys, I've attached the arms now to the model. I'm using the white from Army Painter. This is going to be used for the face mask. Also, I lost the footage, but I've done a null oil wash over the metal, over the metallics, all over the model. Then on this next stage, I'm going to use the Citadel wash to paint the eyes. I'm going to use it as a wash at the moment, and then I'm going to use the game colour white again to do a dry brush over the face mask. Now I'm using the game colour black to paint in the arm pads. I like to just paint them black because I don't really know what army chapter for the Space Wolves to choose. And with them being Primaris as well, it's not really within the fluff, is it, to have Primaris within the Space Wolves army, so I've just painted them black. With the next stage, I'm painting the face mask white. Obviously I've had to move the model closer to me because I can't really see the model whilst trying to get it in the camera frame for you guys, but apologies for that. Then we're going to use a small dry brush from Army Painter. This is just going to be used with the Xandri dust to go over the parchment paper on his arm. So remember, use the brush from dry and then wipe it all off on the kitchen towel and then lightly dry brush over the singular part. So guys, this is the end result. I'm pretty happy with how it's come out. So as we know, this is just a quick result. It's a quick way to get them on the table, ready for tabletop standard. You know, I wouldn't enter these into any competitions whatsoever. I believe that these look good enough to go against, you know, anyone. Take them down Games Workshop, battle your mates, stuff like that. I think that one needs a bit more inkage on that, or washing, should I say. But yeah, it's a pretty basic paint job, but I'm happy with it. You can see the highlights on there. Wait, let's try and zoom in on his eyes. See those eyes? Nice and green, like a little bit of a green glow there. Doesn't look too bad, does it? Hopefully it helps some people. It's really quick and easy. I'm hoping in the future to do, you know, a bit more of an advanced painting tutorial on these, because obviously we can do the edge highlighting and stuff like that. So guys, thanks for watching again. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and if this has helped, give me a comment. See you later. Draw.